Firstly, I would like to say good afternoon, everyone, and I'll welcome you to the launch of SM Digital Agency. Yes. To our supporters, those friends, family, and our partners, that would include iHub, they are on their way here. Everyday Images, and my team, Andisile and Ukwezi, also on his way. Thank you so much for supporting me and believing in the dream that we get to finally see what it is on this day. Thank you so much. And I would love to also thank our clients and potential clients that have joined us today. Thank you so much for being here. So I will love to start with the why, right? Before you do everything, before you make a choice, before you make a decision, there has to be a why, right? So for me, I want to share a personal story first before I go to the why of the agency. I remember it was years back. I don't know whether I think it was like grade 7, grade 8, around those times. Alexandria, Marcel, we don't have transport. We're hitchhiking, okay? So I was with my beautiful grandmother here. We were going to PE, and I was at the back of the van, and because her legs can decide if I want to work or I don't want to work. So she had to sit in front, right? So I'm with these old women at the back of the van. They're having their own conversations. It's customary for old people, especially in our culture, that they invite you in a conversation by asking, Unguban, right? Wenzandoni, you see. So to the question that was asked to me, like, what do you do? I'm like, I'm still in school. I'm like grade 7, grade 8. It's obvious I'm still in school, right? So I responded, no, I'm still learning. I'm still doing. I'm not sure if it was grade 7 or grade 8, but it was around that time, right? So I do answer that, and it's like, okay, ufundela ukuba yintoni? What are you learning to be? What are you studying to be? And my immediate answer was to be a businesswoman. So now, to look back, why did I say that? Why did I just like out of nowhere say I want to be a businesswoman? Because I and just decide I want to be a businesswoman. It was because of the seed that was planted to me by my own grandmother, who happens to be a businesswoman. Right? She still is, very much so. Uyatunga, the things that she's wearing, that's her work, right? Yes. So that's where the seed got planted of having my own business. And then life does happen. As Ukanya said, you go to school, you go to varsity, you work, right? So something happened now. That is, sorry, I need to go through this. Something happened now that's like after school, we come from Ukanyo secondary school. At that time, we were really, really suffering when it comes to teachers and all of that. And fortunately, on the year that I was doing grade 11, there was a program that was started by the Fix brothers with the Nelson Mandela University, and they brought the tablets so that you can go through the content and teach yourself if you can afford to, or help yourself with previous question papers and stuff like that. And I took that opportunity when it came to grade 12, where I was teaching myself the content that we would not be able to cover in our class because of resources, right? So from there, I passed my matric with a distinction in maths, of course. Yes. And then I went to varsity. Through that, I was awarded a bursary. And it was not just any kind of bursary. It was Light a Candle in honor of Nelson Mandela. So now, that bursary was not from your corporate funds. It's easy to sponsor someone from the corporate funds, right? So for that one, you had to dig from your own personal pocket. So the people that donated and gave back were the people that gave back from their own personal pockets, right? So I went to school, varsity. I don't owe a cent. I don't owe NSFAS because of people that gave back. So sharing that story, I'm taking you now to the why of SM Digital, right? I am a product of people that gave back. People who believed. They believed in me. They believed in my potential. And they were like, we're gonna pour into this. And I made something out of that. Yes. So that shaped me. It taught me that impact is not about having everything. Impact is about using what you have to open doors for others. That's why I started SM Digital Agency. Because I believe in creating access to opportunity, access to visibility, and access to growth, especially for those who come from places where such access is not always available. So I will take you now to 2020. That is when SM Digital Agency was registered officially. So I'm sure that map does raise some trigger things. COVID 2020. Yeah. So it was around that time that I got to register the company. And life happened. Things started to slow down. I got a new job. I had to focus on my career. And fortunately and unfortunately, we went dormant, right? So during that time, the vision was still alive. I was still working on that. Okay, my friends, please stop crying. Okay. Let me go back to my speech now. Someone said they're gonna bring me a box of serviettes. I don't see them here. So during that time, I worked on my career. I worked on getting the skills that I needed for a business. I worked on getting the skills to be able to, thank you, baby, to be able to deliver the services that I wanted the agency to offer. So with the job that I do, I got exposed to bigger corporate clients that I was working with, to mention a few: Standard Bank, Discovery, and MTN. So I understood from that, like, what businesses struggle with, especially where I come from. I will mention that I went to Joburg. I saw how things go there, but we are not exposed to that as businesses that come from towns like Kenton-on-Sea, Alexandria, Marseille, Port Alfred, and all of that, right? So, so I saw that, and I saw like what real digital empowerment could look like. So I realized my why. My why wasn't about running an agency. My why was about building a bridge between talent and opportunity. My why was about building a bridge between small town businesses and digital growth. My why was to build a bridge between dreams and reality. So, how do we bring that vision to life? We do it by combining strategy, creativity, and purpose. We don't just design, we align. We sit down with our clients, we get to know you. We get to know your story and what do you want the people to know what that story is. We align our clients' digital presence with their story, their audience, and their impact. We work closely with clients to understand who and what they stand for and how to make their message resonate online, right? So beyond our client work, we aim in empowering young people. We aim into giving young people that have those skills that you find in the bigger cities, but they are here with us. As I mentioned, my team when I was thanking Beth, it's people that do have the skill, but they don't have the platform to share their skill, right? And what we aim for is that we want to put people first, always. And as much as we offer the services that we offer, we have a vision, we have a mission, right? So SM Digital Agencies does have services that we offer that I'm going to list for you now. Firstly, it's brand strategy and identity. So with that, we tell stories of who the person is, who the company is, that people can relate and resonate with. And we do that beautifully, if I can tell you. We also do social media management for businesses so that they can be able to send their message consistently throughout all of their platforms from knowing who they are. We want to make sure whoever gets to receive them, they get to be coming from a place of cohesiveness, right? And then from there, we offer web design and development. With being a software engineer background, guys, I'm killing it. Okay? I'm killing it. Okay, so our web design is mostly to make sure that it's user friendly. People get to your website, they need to feel something. They need to be able to move around the website. It can't be heavy that they cannot really get what they came in for. Most websites are your presentation of who you are, right? And they connect you not only with the clients that you have physically here, but with clients throughout the globe, okay? And Ashkabam, we have digital marketing, which is for connecting brands to the right audiences, right? And we have content creation and storytelling. You can see the guy who's busy running around. He's creating our content. He's taking our media so we can go out and show people who we are with the contents that we take on a day-to-day, and that is the partnership with Everyday Images. Thank you. So, again, what we do is only powerful because of why we do it. Okay? So, at the heart of SM Digital, there is a dream. The dream to see more people and businesses from places like Alexandria, like Kenton, Marseille, Port Alfred, East London, Port Elizabeth, the whole of the Eastern Cape to the whole of Africa. That is what is in the heart of SM Digital, to see that, like, I mean, as much as we come from these small, sorry, I'm messing up my presentation now. As much as we come from these small towns and everything, we don't have access for those services that make you shine digitally in the digital world, right? So we want to bring that. We want to create the opportunity where it didn't exist before. We want to equip the youth with the skills to compete in the tech and the creative industries. We want to show that innovation doesn't only live in big cities. It lives in communities that just need a chance to shine. That's our why. That's our why of the agency, because we don't just want to deliver services to the people, but we also want to empower the people that come from these small towns to have access to the platform of offering those services as well. And that's the thing that keeps me going. That's the key thing that wakes me up, and it's my purpose every day. And we can't do it alone. That's the thing. We can't do it alone. So that's why for now we have partnered with the iHub organization, which is a tech incubatorship organization that supports tech startups into being able to compete in, or let me say, with the big sharks, because I'm just seeing the waves now, to compete with the big sharks. Yes, we also get to partner with local businesses that are going to help us to execute what we say we do, so we can show it to the world, so that they can see that as much as we come from the small communities, we have a lot to offer. So through collaboration, we are able to grow faster, we are able to reach further, and we are able to impact more lives. So to our partners and my team, thank you. Thank you for believing in what we are building. Sorry. Thank you for being the part of why. With that being said, we want to know where to from here, right? Where are we going? So we aim for new client service offering. We aim to expand our digital footprint, and we aim to setting up community-based programs to train youth in creative and, sorry, I'm not used to not using a mouse. You will excuse me. Okay, I'm back. To train the youth in creative and tech fields. Our vision is not just to serve clients. Our vision is to serve generations. Imagine a future where a small business from a small town shines online and competes with major brands just because you have good presence in the digital space, because it breaks boundaries, right? So that is what we are building. That is what we are working towards. If I could sum up what SM Digital is in one line, it would be: we exist to build digital bridges that connect people, businesses and communities to opportunity. Today, I stand not just as a founder, but as a product of what can happen when people invest in others. And my dream is that SM Digital becomes that same investment in others, in our youth, and in our communities. With that being said, thank you